Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. I got a chance to show you the brand new refreshed Model 3. But there's so many changes to this car, it's hard to even call this just a refresh. There are more difference between this car, this Tesla Model 3, than the Tesla Model 3 that I just arrived in, and the Model Y and the Model 3 that are two different models. This is practically a brand new car from Tesla, with all the changes they put into this car. So let's check them all out and let's dive right in. Let me start by showing you some of all the new details. Now you will see this little hole here and this little hook here. That is to improve crash worthiness when you are hit from the side, so all the shock will go into the chassis and not into the soft spots where your passenger are seated. This is not something Tesla has invented, this is just something Tesla has implemented in the new Tesla Model 3. The button to open the door has become bigger. Fluid for your windscreen wipers is now located here, much easier to fill than all the way up there. The new design of the car has been made more aerodynamic to make it more efficient, combined with the new tires, giving the Tesla Model 3 5 to 7% more range, just because of these features. The front closes way easier in the new one. New beautiful headlights with a much improved design of the front of the car. And of course, they're very sleek tail light. Damn, they're good looking. And they are incorporated into the trunk itself. So they disappear when you open it, but that's why Tesla has now made light down here as well. The trunk is almost the same size. You get 30 liters extra because now you have a compartment over here as well, just like we know it from the Tesla Model Y. You do get smaller bezels on the screen and a much more responsive screen. Completely new designed mid console with new features where you can also hide the cup holders when you don't need them. You still find a 12-volt socket down here, but in here you find a USB-C port powerful enough to power up your laptop. And a completely new steering wheel, taking some designs from the Tesla Model S with no stocks. Everything is buttons on the steering wheels, but these buttons got the best haptic feedback I have ever felt. It feels completely like real buttons. You even have a button to get access to your camera. But the horn is back where it's supposed to be. And the ambient light that goes around the car is just a very nice touch. And you can of course design the color to look exactly like you wanted. And the materials inside the car just feel so much better than the old version. And the already amazing sound system has gotten better in this car with even more speakers, one up here in the beam as well. And of course the ventilated seat in the front. And the back passengers now has a screen where they can control the ventilation and so on, but they can also watch videos in the back while driving, so your kids can see Best in Tesla while on the road. And the build quality in general is just superb. And the door test. Oh, sounds so much better. Oh. And there is sound isolation glass all over the car now, making it a much more quiet room to be in. But in general, this car just feels so much more luxurious than the old Tesla Model 3. Tesla has really stepped up here and tried to bring some of the German luxury into the game. And when you look at the price, this is where this car really boggles the mind for me, because you can get this for 330 Danish crowns, or about $42,000 here in Denmark. And cars are generally very expensive here in Denmark, so this is truly a bargain. Because you have to take true cost of ownership into the calculation, because I save about $4,000 a year on having my Tesla Model 3 compared to my old Mazda 3. So if you plan on buying this one and having it for 5 years, you will save something like $20,000 compared to an ICE car. So you have to compare it to ICE cars that cost about $22,000. You can't find any ICE cars this nice for $22,000 here in Denmark. That is, Dacia territory. That's the really cheap vehicles territory, not this luxurious, high-tech vehicle with acceleration like a Lamborghini. And as I said in the beginning, it's hardly a Tesla Model 3 anymore, as 50% of everything in the car has been changed. If you remember when Elon revealed the Tesla Model Y, he said it would share about 75% of the components from the Tesla Model 3. This is even more different from the original Tesla Model 3 than the Model Y was from the original Tesla Model 3. Mind-boggling. It is a much better car than the old one, but for the same price. For a pretty affordable price, especially with true cost of ownership taken into calculation, because you have to find a nice vehicle for $22,000 to compare it to this car. So the Tesla Model 3 is really not comparable to an equivalent ICE vehicle anymore, because you get so much more bang for your buck. So if you plan on spending more than $22,000 on your next ICE vehicle, drop that idea. Get a Tesla Model 3 instead if you don't need the space of the Model Y, because that is really what this car doesn't have that the Model Y have. That is the cargo space. But other than that, this is an absolutely stunning car. Really impressed with this compared to my Tesla Model 3 that I arrived in from 2019. We're talking 4 years from that out there to this. The innovation that Tesla does and in the speed, in the pace they do it, is just mind-boggling. This car is really gonna poke at the German automakers, because their sales are still like 90% ICE vehicles, and I would say you don't find any ICE car this nice for this price with true cost of ownership taken into calculation. This could really hurt the German automakers. This feels so much better than I actually thought, and it's getting a little bit hot in here. So let's make that ventilated seat work. Yeah. So what an amazing car Tesla has made here. Really tried to up the game with the luxury, take it up to a next level, but keep the price low. That's a dangerous cocktail for all the so-called competition out there. And definitely a killer for the ICE vehicles, because it is so affordable when it comes to true cost of ownership. Amazing vehicle Tesla has made here. It's practically a brand new vehicle. It's just called the Tesla Model 3, like the old one. It feels so different inside compared to my Tesla Model 3 that is only 4 years old. The pace of innovation at Tesla is mind-boggling. And thanks to Tesla for letting me come and check out the car. What a beast. But that is all for now. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button down there so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.